24 and Fox 16. This is a special report. Here's Mitch McCoy.
And good day to you from Studio B here in Little Rock. We are closely tracking hospitalizations as we come on our digital platforms this afternoon. We are closing in on the 1,000 gap, total close to it. 1,000 Arkansans hospitalized due to COVID-19. It is a number that continues to trickle up. Health officials within the last 24 hours reporting an additional 61 people in a hospital room due to COVID-19. As we continue to track the coronavirus, there is some good news here. New cases have fallen to 621, which obviously is not what health officials want, but it is certainly not that staggering 1,000 or more new cases that have been reported in recent days. Actually, it's now recent weeks. So active cases have dropped within the last 24 hours. We are down active cases. We're now down to 14,627 active cases of COVID-19. Again, that's fewer than 650 reported yesterday. But the other staggering number being reported today are deaths. There are 23 additional deaths here in the state of Arkansas due to COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. But again, what I want to get back to is our hospitalizations and deaths. The change in hospital is 61. That is a fairly significant number. It is not the largest single day increase that Arkansas health officials have seen. Just a couple of weeks ago, we saw an increase of 79 hospitalizations. So obviously 61 is not that, but it is still a fairly large number. That brings the total number of hospitalizations to 980. And as I go over here to the computer here right next to me, I want to bring up our MacBook, and I want to be able to track COVID-19 in real numbers here. And this is the total number of hospitalizations as I look over here at our map. And you can see 980 total admissions of COVID-19. 360 are in a hospital bed right now. 360 are in ICU, 172 are on a ventilator, which, by the way, that is down one from yesterday. So when you look at the total number of patients overall, 980, that is a staggering number here in the state of Arkansas. This case report today, as we near 1,000 Arkansans in a hospital here in the state, comes as Dr. Cam Patterson at UAMS tweeted this morning that the hospital has broken a record. It broke the winter record of hospitalizations when we saw that first surge of the coronavirus just a little few months ago. So Dr. Cam Patterson says that as of this morning, 66 people were hospitalized due to COVID-19 complications. Of those, just at UAMS, 26 are in the hospital's intensive care unit, 16 are on ventilators, 5 are on a heart-lung bypass. So what I should say is that UAMS, their maximum number was 63, and that was back in January, right? So today, 66, they have broken the winter record. But Dr. Cam Patterson says there's no indication that things are slowing down, saying that his hospital had broken that record. He's asking people to mask up. He's asking people to get vaccinated. It is important to note UAMS is not the only Arkansas hospital feeling the pressure of COVID-19. It is all over the state. Of course, we talked about that 980 currently hospitalized due to the coronavirus. And it's worth noting, just last weekend, UAMS was at full capacity throughout their entire hospital system. So if you're just joining us here, there are some important numbers that we need to discuss. And it is hospitalizations. It is also deaths. But first, let's go to the new case count. 621 new cases of COVID-19 reported in just 24 hours. That is, active cases are down today. Active cases are down 650. So that brings the total number of active cases in the state of Arkansas to 14,627. But what we're seeing now is an increase in deaths. 23 additional deaths have been reported in 24 hours. Hospitalizations continue to skyrocket. An additional 61 Arkansans are in the hospital right now. That brings the total to 980. That is nearing 1,000 in the state of Arkansas, and that is truly creating a stress. It's creating difficulties on Arkansas's healthcare system. We have not heard yet from Governor Asa Hutchinson today. It is important to note that Governor Asa Hutchinson tweeted yesterday when there was an increase of 44 additional hospitalizations. We heard from the governor. And so what the governor said was that the increase in hospitalizations is a true reflection on the Delta variant, saying that it will continue to be a strain on Arkansas's healthcare system, the Delta variant specifically, if more people do not get vaccinated. This is what Governor Asa Hutchinson tweeted word for word yesterday. Again, I'm bringing up the tweet from yesterday, so the hospitalizations are slightly different. He says, "I can only imagine the strain on our healthcare workers. Susan and I got fully vaccinated and we consider it a lifesaver." Again, this was yesterday. So you see that 44 number, that was the increase in hospitalizations yesterday. The governor has not yet tweeted any comments right now on today's increase, which of course is even more than yesterday's increase in hospitalizations. Let's talk a little bit about the vaccination. Okay, so we are seeing it looks like it's slightly fewer people, new fully vaccinated individuals, 750. That's the increase. Partially immunized, the new number, 2,121. So those are the increases. That's what's being reported by Arkansas health officials as we see yet another staggering increase in hospitalizations here in the state of Arkansas. If you're just joining us here, we are nearing 1,000 patients hospitalized in the last 24 hours. We are seeing 980 total folks in a hospital bed right now. That is an increase from 61 people yesterday. So 61 additional people hospitalized. We're also seeing 23 additional deaths. We are going to continue to track the coronavirus both on air and online at KARK.com, Fox16.com. If you missed any part of our stream, you can rewatch it in its entirety on our website here in just a few moments, and of course on our social media platforms as Arkansas nears 1,000 COVID-19 hospitalizations in the state. It is a staggering and quite shocking number as health officials continue to brace in the middle of this global health pandemic. For now, I'm Mitch McCoy. This has been a special report from KARK4 and Fox 16. Have a good rest of your day.